What? Oh, my camera's messed up. My camera!
Are you still starting the broadcast? You ain't starting it yet?
No, my camera's messed up. And
Because, I mean, it's getting real now, dog. I mean, it's getting real.
I know, but the camera keeps on moving sideways.
Here, you can. You want a bottle? You want my water bottle? You can have it. Just be quiet. You can have it.
It
Take
fell.
what you want. You just give me a damn headache, cuz.
The thing just fell.
The camera? I mean, I wouldn't even worry about that. Oh, damn, I'm drinking some damn Maalox. Got heartburn from this crying and stuff.
What? Stop
They say people with kids live longer. I feel like that's a lie.
What are you talking about?
Well, at least when it comes to babies. Because they're stressful as hell. Oh, damn, I'm in the wrong spot. Y'all can stay over there. I'm on those.
Ow!
I back myself in the corner. You know I'm doing all this solo, cuz. That's how good I am.
I just paused my own thing.
While you sitting there, I'm doing all this solo, dude.
I paused my own
And I haven't even used my special yet. That's how good I am. Man. I'm like Iron Man. I know I'm like the Punisher. I work better alone, cuz. I don't even know
what happened
what
to
I
the
said.
camera?
It wasn't even a word. I meant to say cuz, but it came out cuz.
Cuz everything's messed up.
Oh, Project Cars, man. Who cares about the Project Cars, really though? But they would. They really in the car games and stuff like that. I'll play a car like I played Drive Club and was impressed as hell with that. I still think it's one of the best looking games, racing games ever made. I still think it is, even compared to the newest to the new. Because they all stole from it. But racing games, man, I even played Horizon because it came with the Xbox One S. And I'm just like, man, I played like twice and I was like, eh. And then I played it one more time on PC because I wanted to test out my PC. And I was like, ooh, it's running at 100 frames a second. I'm liking that. But come on, reload, cuz I'm done. I'm about to be done. I can't even state. We're both dead. And my baby won't stop. You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
What's up, guys? I am back with another video. If you haven't seen what happened
downstairs with your mom,
but this happened, go check out
your mom got the easy life.
Channel.
Oh yeah, of course. PS4 One, Xbox One X. It's got no third-party support.
Continue.
What people understand is you can, unlike PC, which you support your damn self. It just depends on what kind of graphics card you got. Consoles have to be supported by third parties. They're not going to do it for free. Third parties ain't going to be like, hey, you know what? Since we love you so much, we're going to go ahead and pay our employees to spend extra special time just for your third console in your 3 console generation of one console. You know, you got the Xbox, you know, the S and Xbox One X. They're not going to do it. You know, so that power doesn't mean anything unless there's a setting, unless they do it like PC. And when you go to the graphics screen or the settings screen, it lets you, it goes, hey, you got this in your system. Do you want to turn down the texture so you can have 60 frames? Do you want to turn up the shadows so you can have 30 frames instead? I'm talking to Jack now because he's talking about the PS4 has been winning left and right. And that's because they only got 2 consoles in the ecosystem, and that makes things a whole lot easier, you know.
Okay.
And
I was about to
Pro
change my dialogue, so it looks like Call of Duty World War II fun time.
Okay. The Pro has got boost mode and all that to where The third parties don't have to do that work. You know, that does it on its own. And the second identical graphics card makes it easier for them to mess with. And they really don't have to do much on that front either, because it'll automatically checkerboard itself to 4K. And yeah, of course, some companies they pay off, like Call of Duty,
Gotta get a shotgun.
will look better.
Ooh, fancy.
Bonsai.
Yeah, the power thing was just it's a marketing ploy, is all it was. Because the Pro came out after what, 3 years of the PS4 vanilla schooling them on every third party. You know, every third party was coming out with 1080p running at 30 locked or 60, and the Xbox One vanilla was running like shit. You know, first game to really show was GTA 5. They were showing comparison videos, and it was like they had hardly any bushes and stuff in the woods because they couldn't do it, couldn't handle it. And that's why everybody's talking about third parties now. Oh, we got this power now, so third parties. No, you don't. Not unless you paid all these third parties a shitload to optimize it just for that system. So it don't mean nothing. And third parties never meant nothing. Yes, they're important to gaming, but it was icing on the cake that they worked better on the PlayStation. PlayStation exclusives were what made you want a PlayStation, but you just paid $100 less and got something more powerful, and you got all the games, and then you got all these awesome first-party games. Like, look how many games we already got, and they're coming, and then PSX is about to drop with more shit. Yeah, most third parties won't, and they're not gonna do it for free. So that solves that. I mean, look at Assassin's Creed. What happened to that? Just checkerboard. They couldn't even native that. I know it's a huge game, but the only thing you can see different is if you zoom like 50% to see a texture that might not be as pretty, and that's because they paid for that. That's all they got for what they paid. They probably paid $1 million for that. That's all they got. I mean, if you're gonna pick a game, you go with the winner. And PlayStation is going. See, PlayStation's so damn smart. You know what they went with? Red Dead Redemption 2. That's what the Pro is supported for right there. Who was the first person to show a trailer for Red Dead Redemption? PlayStation. Running on the PS4 Pro, and you know how beautiful that game looked? The last trailer, they didn't say who it was running on, so it was running on a regular vanilla PS4 or Xbox One. So they picked winners. Because think about it, Assassin's Creed versus Red Dead Redemption 2, which one would you rather pay to look better and play better? Red Dead Redemption 2, all day long. People pay $500 and they should be very upset they did. Unless they like buying 4K Blu-ray discs at the store for 30 bucks, $1. You know, $1. Otherwise, you fucked up. You should have bought a PC, or at least started building one. You know, use your birthday to get one thing. You know, save up a little money to get another thing, and then just piece it together. I mean, it ain't. If you think about it this way. You get a PC with a 1080 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, right? Yes, that's gonna be more than $500, and I got an i7 core in it and all that, gaming motherboard. Yes, it's gonna cost more than $500, but you ain't gonna have to buy crap for another 3 years or more. Everything's gonna run way better than any of these consoles for life cycle, so probably even longer than that. So you take the Xbox One X, $500. Bing, you buy the extra controller. Bing, $560 plus tax, $600. Then you take what you don't have to pay for on PC is any Fly to get some quick dough.
I'm back.
Can you help me out, baby? Because all he is doing is flying on our live stream. I'm sure nobody's liking that. I've tried everything, giving him a bottle, my bottle, and everything. What's up, Xbox? BB? Alright, my baby about to leave the room. He's crying real tears for some reason.
He's been crying for too much.
You can see the checkerboard. Man, I can't see no difference between checkerboard and native, and I played it on the PlayStation 4 Pro. At least I don't think I can. I guess I'd have to try to do it side by side when on my PC or something. But because they got a couple games that are native. One that was free. What was it called? Killing Floor. That was native 4K. And then shit, I wish I could play it in checkerboard just to see the difference. I don't know. I don't know how to. It'd have to be PC. I'd have to try that. No, I don't even know if I could do it that way. How do you?
Alright, ready?
Well, alright. Shadow Wars native 4K on Xbox One X. So I'd have to see it live, and then immediately like look over at next screen to tell, because I usually can't. Looks like Plaid, you crazy as hell, man. Checkerboard, and I can't, like, unless you're really up close to the TV, you really can't tell. I mean, that's, I don't know, that's what the guy said. My brother even said it, unless you're like, I think he's just joking around, because I think when it comes to 4K or even 1080, unless you're like less than 5 feet from the screen, you can't even tell the difference. Like right now I'm like 3 foot from the screen because I'm talking to the mic, and this is checkerboard, I'm pretty sure, for 4K. I mean, it is.
Always get the shotgun first.
Quiet is good. Let's hope it stays that way.
Oh, well, I don't know, shit. I mean,
How did you do that? How
see, I don't
did
like
you
being this
fall?
close to my TV, but everything I've seen been beautiful. I mean, shit, all the games I've played, checkerboard or not, compared to what I'm used to. I mean, shit, 1080 looks gorgeous. That's why this 4K thing. Yeah, I got a. What is this? I wish I had a newer 4K TV, but this 4K TV we got like 2 years ago, before HDR. I think it's a 57 or something like that. It's a pretty big TV. And the shit look, I mean, you're seeing it at 1080 right now because that's what YouTube does, but shit look good. I mean, we so spoiled nowadays. It's kind of hard to complain. Like I try to go back and play a 360 game or something like that, or even an early PS4 game, and it's like, oh shit, that just don't look right.
Help me!
Are you down?
Yes! Oh, come on!
Oh, see, I don't know. I've seen the HDR at Best Buy, and I want to get one. So I would have got one Black Friday, but there's too much shit. I gotta get that 1080 first, man. I want to get that 1080, and then I'll start thinking about some other extra shit, because we already got a 4K TV. But yeah, HDR looks beautiful at Best Buy. I'm like, fuck, I want it. So I don't know. Maybe you can. I can't speak on something I don't own.
Power.
I own a 4K TV, but it does not have high dynamic range on it. So if you can see the difference because of that, then you might be right. I just don't have I don't have a HDR compatible TV. Because my fiance was trying to be nice, which was great, and buy me a 4K TV, jumping the gun, because she knows how I like to game and all that.
No. Gotcha.
No, you maybe you can notice the checkerboard. I don't know, but does it look that terrible?
Become pro.
I mean, really, either way, it's better than 1080. I mean, if it's plain, it's plain. I don't know. I mean, everything looks beautiful to me, but I guess it's just like when you get spoiled on something. You know, like how we're spoiled on how graphics are now and how everything's crisp and clear, and we were so used to 360 and PS3, and you try to go back to that, it's like gives you a headache because you're like, shit, the draw distance, everything. So I don't know. I mean, we're just spoiled now, is all it is.
Kill some more dead guys.
But it's like you said.
Damn it!
Well, there is a lot more. It depends on what games you're into, but I feel like Sony has got a lot of more adult narrative driven game. Like Last of Us is really fucking, at least the first one. I mean, you know, of course nobody's played the second one except for alpha testers over there. They're building probably, but
I'm in the corner.
yeah. I mean, Xbox has. That's what I'm saying. The Xbox One X has plenty of checkerboard going on too.
Got it.
You know,
Max ammo.
there's only a few games that are native on it. So I mean, I mean, PlayStation and Xbox both have checkerboard, and both of them have native on some shit. It just depends on you're gonna sacrifice something if you try to go native for $500. You're gonna sacrifice something if you try to go native for $400 for damn sure. Whether it's frame rate or texture.
What? He just went past me.
Yeah. But I mean, PSX is about to happen, and we've already seen a lot of great games, and we just got released Horizon, which I just bought, Frozen Wilds, and it's just been I mean, the first party lineup, you have to agree, is insane for PlayStation. I mean, but to Xbox credit, they haven't been around as long as PlayStation to gather that many first party people to make games. But they still should be rocking something more than Forza, Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, Cuphead. I mean, and those are games that some of them, you know, already came out. Xbox One X could do 4K native on every game that they didn't add. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna sacrifice for that kind of setup. You could do native 4K on any game, even with the Pro. But it would be like, it would look like Crackdown 3. Like, it would look like a PS2 game. Every game, depending on, like, say if you could access the settings like you could on a PC, on your Xbox One X or PS4 Pro. You could set the textures down real low, the shadows down real low to barely anything, and get native 4K. I mean, it's all about that. You know, the game would look, you know, really crisp, but it wouldn't look, the textures and shadows wouldn't be there, and they wouldn't look good. But it'd be native 4K, you know what I mean? I mean, checkerboard looks beautiful. I mean, native 4K, sure, it looks beautiful. I mean, all of it's not going to look bad. So yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's you can get native 4K. You're just gonna sacrifice, like Killing Time or whatever that game is. It's not the prettiest game in the world for PlayStation, but it is native 4K. But they're sacrificing textures and shadows and shit like that. But it's native. It's crisp as a motherfucker. So you do have to sacrifice, and that's what Xbox is gonna have to think about. Like, what do we want to do? Do we want to make these games look better and run better at checkerboard? Or do we want to take the path and do 1080 60 on everything we can, have a boost mode type thing where we can make games 60, or just have the games looking better? Like, if you got 6 teraflops and everything is tuned up better than PlayStation, then go ahead and show it off, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's the dev's decision for consoles, you know, but for PC, it's on you. What kind of graphics card you got? Like, if you got a 1080, you can tune it up however you want. You can take the textures and turn them down if you want 100, if you want 200 frames a second. You know, right now I got some NVIDIA 1060, so frame rate depends on how I turn everything down or up. Damn it, I'm down. So when it comes to consoles, yeah, it's whether or not the devs decide to optimize it for the console. And when it comes to the Xbox One X, they got the problem of having Xbox One vanilla and an S. And the S is only slightly more powerful, like a cunt hair more powerful than the vanilla. And then the X is all of a sudden, Xbox One X is a giant leap from them. So it's like like Phil Spencer said, it's a full next-gen console. And it is. I mean, going from not even 2 teraflops to automatically BAL 6, that is a next-gen console. And if they just stop focusing so hard, they could open it up. They are Microsoft. You know, what they're doing now isn't working because they're focusing on this 4K thing native so badly, and they don't have the support. They're not paying. They're paying, but they don't have the money to be paying everybody to, hey, optimize it for me to play this way. You know, what they ought to do is, since they are Microsoft, Xbox One X does have the power to do stuff. It just, yeah, he's talking about Project Cars Xbox video from the Digital Foundry video. I mean, since Xbox is Microsoft, what I think they should do, well, yeah, because Project Cars is mostly a PC rating. It's running better on the PlayStation. That's just how it is. I mean, but it's usually for PC. Like we have Gran Turismo, we have Drive Club, and Xbox. Theirs is Forza and Forza Horizon. But what Xbox One X, with all that power that they have, all to do is just stop trying to make it compatible with the other systems. I mean, have the same games and everything, and they can work. Make it more like a PC, to where it's just, you got the power there, you got the chip inside of it, but you can set whatever you want kind of settings to it. You know, because if you think about it this way, I got a PC, I also got an Xbox One S downstairs. The games I own digitally, like Forza Horizons, I can play on my PC and optimize it however I want. So if I play it downstairs on the S, it plays the way the S can handle it at 60 frames, or with 60 at 60. You get upstairs, I mean, now my PC downstairs, I put it on the PC, which is box, but it kind of defeats the purpose of the PC, as like it was a PC game. Dude.
The game's glitching.
See, I'll play if I have the settings turned up to, let me see, if I got 120 hertz, which I got for game shit, or just because of the PC. But that's the next thing on my list is to actually get a gaming monitor that can handle over 60 frames a second. Okay, my internet quality says it's shit right now. I might have to get a better router, so hopefully y'all can hear playing Vincent. I can't hear you no more, Vincent. What's up? If you can hear me, Vincent, shoot twice. Maybe it's because you started your own broadcast.
On your feet.
I have to let him know I can't hear him. Well, Jack Knight, you know that Xbox Video is in favor of Xbox, you know, and you know we tend to lean toward PlayStation. I tend to lean toward PlayStation because of the first-party games that are popping off, and I don't know, I just like the motherfucker really, but I'm just getting into PC too, so, and I got the Switch and all that, so I mean, I'm an overall gamer. I just want to see something, when it comes to first parties and everything, I want to see something better from Xbox. That's all it is to it. I just want to see, when I watch E3, like this last E3, I was watching Microsoft all stoked like, yeah, this next system, 6 teraflops, it's gonna be dope. I can't wait to see the games that are dropping for it. And I was disappointed. You know what I mean? You know that feeling where you're just like, damn, they just showed off a Porsche for like 30 minutes, like a real Porsche. I wanted them to blow me away. Then Sony came behind them, not with a new console, but with just game after game of just AAA, beautiful, gorgeous games. And they look fun. I mean, they look fun. So I can understand being down with a console for sure. And I don't know about HDR, so I can't say nothing on that. But I was a 360 player before all this. I went from Nintendo growing up, Sega, then PS1, PS2, after Nintendo 64, PS1, PS2, and then 360, playing Gears of War with my friends, and then I got the PS4 only out last minute because my brother was like, hey, you really want to pay $500 for a machine that's less powerful than the PS4 that's only $400 because you don't have to get the camera. And at that time, the big thing was, oh, you can't even share your games. And I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. I want to be able to share my games. You know, it's changed since then, but, and that opened me up to a whole new library. Like, I was like, damn, I played Last of Us Remastered. That was like the first one I played. As far as for first parties, except for Killzone, that was the first one I played. And I was like, well, damn, these are more, I don't know if you call them adult driven, you know, or just, you know, Gears of War is fun. I still have fun playing Gears of War 4, and it brings back memories, but, you know, it's more of a goofy type game. And these God of Wars and Horizons, they remind me of like a Zelda or you know, the games I grew up with, but just evolved, you know. No pun intended, evolved. They hyped the shit out of that game. That game turned out to be nothing. Beautiful game, just nobody played it. I'm about to get murdered. I don't know. Project Cars I ain't worried about. However it ran, I ain't buying the shit. And maybe that's why it was optimized shitty for all of it. Because, except for PC. I bet you PC you run a 1080 on it, it's running nice. However you got your PC set up. Nice enough. I mean, shit. If it's 60 straight blocks and it looks gorgeous, that's good for me. If it's 120, that makes it even better.
Straight up.
But I want to stay away from fanboyism. I favor PlayStation because it gives me that kid-like excitement when PSX comes, man. Like, you should see the reaction, the difference in reactions. Like what was it, last PSX? I think it was that one last thing when people were going, "What game is this? What this Days Gone? What game is this?" And all of a sudden they saw the Firefly symbol. People lost their fucking shit. Like, literally, you can hear people crying, screaming, talking about throwing their wallet at the fucking stage, take my money. I don't see that with Xbox, and I want to see that again. It's been a long time since I saw that again. You know, when people heard about the Scorpio, they were getting hyped. They were like, "Oh yeah," you know, when the dude said 6 teraflops and vapor cools and all that. You know, and I was like, "Oh shit, hell yeah!" You know, that might be a good Christmas thing to buy. You know, and I was like, "Cool, I can't wait to see the games that they got planned." Cause like I was like, "Man, they gotta have some badass shit planned." You know, because they've been getting killed with sales and games and all that, and the performance of games especially. And E3 come around, and I'm sitting there watching it at work, like, man, I don't give a fuck if I get fired. You know, Microsoft, I was watching the Ubisoft, all of them, and
These gates are wired. I bet they need power to open.
yeah, PSX, man, is gonna be fucking lit. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Games is what we should care about, man. I mean, yeah, there's a difference between third-party and first-party games. Let's go ahead and get that out the water. You know what I mean? First-party games, you know, PlayStation just got them left and right. Got me like a little kid, like what the fuck they gonna have next? And I love that feeling. I love it. You know, PlayStation knows how to do that to you. And I thought Xbox might. That's why I'm telling everybody is to wait till next E3, because that is when, hopefully, next E3 you will see, much like the Pro, it took them a little while to release the boost mode and to get a lot more games to, you know, be supported by it. But those are third-party games. So I want to see next E3. How come I can't hear you anymore? Have you been off for a while?
No, I was talking to you like.
I think you started a new broadcast. But next E3, I want to see Phil come up there and be like, "Here you go," and just play a video, a non-stop third-party, but hopefully a bunch of first-party games that got me going, oh, because I'm straight either way, because my PC, I'll be able to play all of them looking gorgeous. So I don't need the Xbox One X. And then I got the S downstairs in case the kid wants to play. And then it's a win-win. And Switch, and then if you can, I'd say get all of them.
I have a question.
What up?
Did you play Spider-Man?
No, it ain't out yet. That's why we excited for is games like Spider-Man is an exclusive to PlayStation made. I don't know how much they paid. They must have paid an ass load.
I thought you was talking about like the Amazing Spider-Man, because I was thinking that I had your account honestly while I was playing online.
Oh man, you think I can't hear you because you started your own broadcast?
I was just saying stuff and you weren't saying okay.
I know I can't hear you at all. Right? Maybe it's because you started your own broadcast. Is anybody watching you?
No.
Oh, well, just end your broadcast, and you're still getting recorded on mine. I mean, you're still right next to people can see who you are. Or you can keep doing it. I just can't hear you. We should be able to hear each other. We're on a private party chat. Double check your mute button and all that. Make sure everything's straight. Okay. But shit.